I'm here backstage at Salford Lowry to get a few words with comedian Angela Barnes. Hi Angela, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi Ted, it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
You are nearing the end of your Rose Tinted Tour. How's it going?
It's been going really well, thank you. As you can probably hear, I'm a bit croaky, so my voice is just about holding out from it. But yeah, it's been really fun. I've been all over the place, and it's great to just see different cities. And of course, coming to Salford, pinnacle, isn't it? Yeah.
How did you get into comedy?
Well, that's a long story. So I started really late. I'm old. I'm in my 40s. So I was in my 30s when I started. I was 33, and like you, I was just a big comedy fan, right? I call myself a comedy nerd. I used to watch everything on telly. I used to go and watch live comedy as much as I could. And yeah, when I was 33, I used to run a little comedy night in Brighton where I lived, and just for fun. And then my dad passed away really suddenly, and it made me realise that life's short and you've got to do the things you want to do. And so I signed up and did a stand-up comedy course. That was in 2009, so that was 10 years ago, and here we are, still doing it. So yeah, it was by accident, but yeah, never too late, that's what I say.
With you being on tour a lot, do you find it hard being away from friends and family?
I do find it hard being away from my partner, Matt. You know, it's good to have some time apart, it's quite healthy, because then you look forward to seeing them again. But when you're on the road, it can feel like a long time. And I've got a little 6-month-old puppy called Tina, who, she's actually with me here today. My support actor's taken her out for a little walk. So she comes on tour with me, but when she doesn't, then I miss her as well. I miss her more than I miss him, but don't tell him I said that.
Having travelled fairly extensively, what's the most memorable thing that's happened to you?
Oh, goodness. Oh, here she is. Here comes the puppy. Tina! Tina, right, I'll grab her. Come here, you. This is Tina, the cockapoo puppy. Oh, the most memorable thing. Let me think. Switzerland was. I did some gigs in Switzerland. That was quite memorable. When we got to a hotel one night, and the promoter had forgotten to book us a hotel room, so I ended up having to share a hotel room with the other comedians. That was quite fun. New Zealand, there was an earthquake. That was which I slept through. My boyfriend was with me. I was at New Zealand Comedy Festival, and you're just going to steal the show here, aren't you? Look at this, about me, not you. Sit still. Yeah, New Zealand Comedy Festival. There was an earthquake while we were in Wellington, but yeah, I slept through it.
You probably would too. Last December, you were named one of the hardest working comedians, having done 30,100 shows in a year. Have you ever done a show about road rage?
Show about road rage? I could write a show about road rage, that's for sure. Yeah, I drive about 30,000 miles a year. That's a lot. I always say that's truck driver miles. That is. Yeah, it made me laugh. And 8th hardest working comedian in Britain apparently. But when my agent phoned me to tell me that they'd sort of told me I was the 8th hardest working comedian in Britain, it was about 1 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, and I was still in my pyjamas, so I didn't feel like one of the most hard-working comedians in Britain at the time. But yeah, a lot of driving. It's basically a driving job, and every now and then I stop to talk at a room full of people. Yeah.
Where would you like to gig most?
Oh, I really want to go to Australia. I've not been to Australia yet. And Canada as well, that's on my list, because my family are from Canada. My mum's family are all from Newfoundland in Canada. So yeah, I'd really like to get over there and see if I can make Canadians laugh. Tina, sit still.
You have toured with some really big names in comedy, including Alan Davis. What's he real like off stage?
Oh, did you know, everyone, and I'm not just saying this because you're recording it and putting it out there, but I've never been on tour with anyone that I've not really enjoyed being with. I supported Alan Carr on tour, and he's a real laugh. And yeah, I think to be a comedian, you've got to be a bit down to earth and a bit, you know, just be able to get on with people. So, yes. Look at you. She's the biggest diva I've had to work with.
Who would you most like to work with?
Oh, goodness me, that's a big question, isn't it? Who would I most like to work with? Well, I mean, the person I would have most liked to work with, which is no longer with us, is Linda Smith. She was my hero. I loved her. She was a great comedian, but sadly she passed away in 2006. So I'd love to have been able to work with her. But people that are around today, I love Maria Bamford, American comedian, so it'd be great if I got to work with her one day.
In 2017, you formed a show in a nuclear bunker. How did that come about?
Well, I'm a bit obsessed with nuclear bunkers, which is a little bit of a weird obsession, I know. So yeah, there's lots of nuclear bunkers around the country, some of which are open to the public and some aren't, but I found lots of people who have got keys to them. And they when they got wind of the fact, I did a show on Radio 4 about it, and suddenly I got lots of people offering to show me their bunkers, which, yeah, exactly, so there's something you've got to be a bit careful of. I think my agent thought at least one of them was going to kidnap me and leave me in one. But yeah, it's just a weird little obsession. When I found out that there were all these nuclear bunkers over the country, I wanted to see them all, so yeah, a weird obsession just grew out of that.
What do you like to do before you go on stage? Are there any rituals?
Not really. I go to the loo about 3 times, about 3 wees before I go on, because I'm always convinced that in the middle of the show I'm going to need a wee. It's never happened, but I'm convinced it will. But apart from that, yeah, I don't really have a ritual. Just, yeah, make sure I don't eat anything too full of carbs, so I don't go to a carb coma halfway through the show. Make sure the dog's fed and watered, and then we go.
You've done TV work in the past. Is that something you would like to get into?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I mean, I do Mock the Week is the thing I do most on TV, and it's good fun. I like I prefer radio in some ways because I don't have to brush my hair to go on the radio, so you have to make less of an effort. So that's quite nice. But yeah, I'd love to do more.
I like to tell jokes. Can I try some of my favourite one-liners on you?
Oh, please do.
There's always.
Don't give away the punchlines, Dad.
I like to. Oh wait, no, wrong word. I missed it. Sorry,
Keep going.
Never buy shoes off a drug deal. I've been tripping all day.
Yay! Boom! You could sell these to people.
I went into a library and asked for a book about paranoia. The librarian said they're right behind you.
Are these yours? You wrote these?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
My dog used to chase people on a bike. He got so bad I had to take the bike away from him.
Oh, God.
That's the end of the interview. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. And if you do interview Gary Delaney next week, make sure he doesn't pinch those.